Good evening, everyone. Stephanie McDuffie here with Week 2's response to supervision and evaluation and the 6 criteria as stated in our text. The first one being supervision versus evaluation. This is separated by people or by time and procedures. Supervision is meant to promote growth and evaluation is meant to judge competence. There are pros and cons to separating them by people or combining them, and the first one is cost. In order to, with the separation of supervision and evaluation, the cost, you have to employ peer coaches and people to lead professional developments for those that they are supervising. And then when you combine the two, time is a factor. As you know, our administrators are already stretched to the brim with their time. And so when you combine the two processes, it takes up even more. And then, of course, investment. The one that I don't agree with is actually separating the two. I completely believe in peer coaching and things of that nature. However, I think that the administrators need to be involved in the supervision process. It gives them an investment within the classrooms that they are actually supervising. They have more of a connection to what the teacher is dealing with day to day, and it keeps them connected to what happens in the changing face of education within that classroom, like down in the trenches kind of opportunities that they get. The second was high district priorities, and I completely agree with this one. Stakeholders need to be involved in the evaluation and supervision process. There does need to be teacher ownership. Implementation needs to be consistent across the district. And of course, efficacy of the process. It does need to be evaluated to make sure that it is effective every few years. The third criteria was differentiated supervision, and we do need to meet the needs of teachers. Just like with students, not all teachers are the same and their needs are not the same, so we need to have individual goals for them. We need to move away from supervision being administrator-centered and punitive to more teacher-centered and focused on growth. And so with that, the high-quality systems need to have self-directed professional development, peer coaching, classroom supervision opportunities, and collegial development groups. With clear criteria and judgment. I absolutely believe in this, and I do agree that there does need to be some changes within our school district regarding this. We do have an explicit set of standards with the NEPF. However, I'm not sure that there is enough consistency and uniformity when actually using these standards to evaluate teachers. And so there does need to be more staff development, not only for the understanding of teachers with the NEPF, but also for the equity of judgment from administrators across the district from school to school. Organization climate. We do need to have a fair and open and trusting, fairly open and trusting climate in order for teachers to be invested within the evaluation process. If there is distrust and animosity, there are some people who might only meet the minimum requirement, and our students deserve better than that. So I do agree that there does need to be a positive climate when it comes to evaluative and supervision processes. And of course, the primary purpose is for enhanced student learning. And in order to achieve that, we need to make sure that we are differentiating the supervision and evaluation process for our teachers. Of course, student learning can be hard to measure. Not one child is one test score. So we do need to take into account teacher observations from coaches, observations from administrators on what is actually happening in the classroom on a day-to-day basis, not just based on one simple test. The authors covered a wide variety of things that I agree with, and I do think all should be involved in the process of supervising and evaluating teachers. There does need to be more staff development regarding this, and we do need to look at the equity of evaluations and supervisions across our district from school to school. So I hope you enjoy and have a great Labor Day.